time to open up your eyes, 'cause we were made to fly. We can do anything. We'll shine like the sun, the moon, the stars. We can go anywhere. They'll see us no matter where we are, 'cause we got the fire. We got the fire. Show the world the impossible is possible. Show the world the impossible is possible. There's a moment when you understand. You don't gotta follow all the plans. It's time to open up your hands.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our October edition of Coffee Talk with Trey, where we're going to recap our October Board of Education meeting that took place on yesterday, October 13th. And so a few things happened as it relates to schools here in the southern portion of the county, Post 3 specifically. And so we're going to talk about some of those things. We're going to go through the meeting. We're going to talk about public comments. So yes, join us. Thank you for joining us. And I hope you are able to get something out of the meeting or out of this session today. And we're also going to give some announcements at the end in regards to some of the things that are happening in and around Post 3. And that's going to benefit us for the future. So, all right. First thing is on our meeting, we did our monthly budget financial status report. We always do it every month, but in particular, this time we did our general fund pro forma financial report, and it was the closeout of as of June 30th, 2022. And so it was a very big, it was just a snapshot of how we did as a district last year, and this is like pre-audit. So this is where we were, and this is what is going to be presented to the auditors in regards to the school district and how we're performing. Financially, we are doing very well. And I just want to highlight, because it was a nice size report. I want to highlight some of the things that we discussed. This is a $1.5 billion company, and so or government agency. And so a lot of moving parts, a lot of different things that take place in regards to this. One of the things that I wanted to mention in regards to this, and it's just some highlights about the Cobb County School District, is the fact that we are the only school entity or corporation in the United States with 3 AAA bond ratings. So we have the Kroll Bond Rating Agency, Moody's Bond Rating, and the Standard & Poor's rating as well. And so we have very good credit as it relates to school entities and or corporations. As again, we're the only school district or corporation in the United States with 3 AAA bond ratings. And so that was great news to find out on yesterday. Also, we will be audited soon and having our annual audit take place in regards to that. But one of the things that I want to talk about, we were talking about local revenue, some state revenue, some federal revenue that came in. A lot of different things have come in to help fund the school district. You know, our local taxes, of course, state tax, and then there's federal taxes that also fund our school district. And so I wanted to make sure that I mentioned how there has been an increase in funds coming into the school districts by way of SPLOS and things of that nature. Even as far as our property tax there was an increase of like 11%. And so we're going to see the increase, and we're going to work through that increase this year. But as you know, we are thriving. Things could be better because there's some funding formula things that can be adjusted and things of that nature. But the district is thriving. And so I wanted to make sure that made mention of that. One of the questions that I asked was in regards to, I think it was a news report that they were rating how much or what the percentage of money was being used from the money that came from the federal government for COVID. Um, how much was being used on unlearned learning or learning loss, whatever we're calling it, in regards to that. And I was looking at Fulton County and DeKalb County and some of the things that they were doing and what the percentage was. And so yesterday I asked that question in the meeting, and so we're somewhere in the early 30% in regards to what we're doing. And then we talked about district solutions and some of the things that we've done as a district to kind of blanket the district with support. And CTLS was one of those things. The Learning Quest, we just had Fall Learning Quest over the fall break, and kids were invited to that. The Summer Learning Quest, and the things that we have done over the last couple of years to help address unlearned learning. And then I was asking if there was a plan to also support individual schools that after we've had some milestone tests to come in, we've had the RI, MI, and other intervention pieces have been sent out and deployed to the schools. Now, do we have additional schools that need additional support, and what is the plan for that? And so we were assured that funds are still being reassessed and reevaluated as needed. And principals are asking, hey, I need an interventionist, or I need this, or I need that, and they're able to get it. So we're encouraging, if you're at a school and you see that there's something that's missing that we need that will help us close some of those academic gaps, please reach out to your principal. Let's get engaged in regards to that process, and let's get the things that we need so that our schools can continue to thrive and flourish as we are, moving forward. But at the same time, we are still trying to get a handle on some of that unlearned learning and close some of those academic gaps. So we're excited that there is opportunity there for that. One of the things that I'll probably mention, we as a community, we've talked about Century 21 and participating in some of those opportunities, so that in the after school program, we were still able to provide our students with some high quality enrichment opportunities that help to close some of those academic gaps. And so maybe that's an opportunity that we will have where we can do something in-house that has the same framework of 21st Century, where we can provide some STEM programming throughout the week and some additional tutoring and things of that nature in some of our after school programs for students, so that we can make sure that we're being intentional about moving students along. And so we'll discuss that in the next coming weeks. And so those are just some of the ideas. And if you have ideas, bring them to us so that we can, run them up the chain and see how we can, again, make impact as a community to help support this educational collateral in the southern portion of the county. In addition to that, we had several agenda items. One specifically was a recommendation to approve an award contract for Garrett Middle School roof replacement, and the HVAC improvements is being done in different phases. So phase one of that process. And so that was approved. So Garrett, you have some roof replacement, some AC work coming to Garrett Middle School. And so be on the lookout for that. We asked if there was going to be disruptions to the academic day. And so the way that it was explained, that majority of the work will be done where it is minimal disruption to the school day and to the academic learning within the school. So the breaks during the summer, things of that nature, but there's some work that can be done while kids are in school, as it's on the roof or it's not in the academic space. And so we'll see those plans being rolled out very shortly. Also, there was a recommendation to approve contracts for Kennesaw Mountain High School and Mount Bethel, because they're also getting some roof replacements at those particular schools. And so lastly, we approved the purchase of 11 police vehicles. And so we're going to get 11, I believe they're Tahoes. Is that what we're getting for the police department? So we're going to use some to replace some of the older vehicles that we have in fleet. Also have a reserve for the fleet in the event that we have a vehicle that goes down and things of that nature. So we have use of those. And, because of supply chain, actually this was apparently all the vehicles that we could get because supply chain issues and things of that nature. And so we were glad that we were able to place the order for the 11 vehicles. All right. Let's see. some of the announcements that's coming to the area. As we know, National School Bus Safety Week is October 16th to the 21st. That time frame, October 16th to the 21st, is also Cobb County School District Bus Driver Appreciation Week, and so we really appreciate all of our bus drivers. Um, though because it's been challenging because we've been short staffed, but I believe the superintendent made a up gave us an update that we've hired, I believe it was 61 or so bus drivers since giving the increase to the salary. So we're excited to see that some of those measures are working. We are bringing bus drivers in to help support that. It has been a challenge. We thank everyone for being patient in regards to that, because it's no fun knowing that students are not in school and that they're waiting on the bus and things of that nature, or getting home late, but it's because of the shortage. And so we are making some improvements in regards to that. And so just know that that is happening. But School Bus Appreciation Week is coming up October 16th to the 21st. Please show some love to our bus drivers and let them know how much we appreciate them in the work, because again, for a district of our size where 70% of the students actually ride the bus to school, we depend on our bus drivers. And so we appreciate them. They're tolerating the excitement of going to school, but then the excitement of going home at the end of the day. And so we appreciate them for their support of our students. Also, one of the things that I wanted to highlight, the 2023, 2020, 22 and 23 Classified Employee of the Year for middle school was Miss Sonia Spivey from Lindley Middle School. And so her and Principal Guillory came yesterday to the board, and we recognized them and shook their hand and took pictures. And so we are excited that our Classified Employee of the Year for middle school is a Lindley Middle School educator, Miss Sonia Spivey. So we appreciate you, Miss Sonia. It was good to see you on last night, and Principal Guillory. And so again, kudos to you guys. All right. Let's see. What else did we have going on? We had, 61 drivers hired due to the raise. So I do have those notes here. Some of the highlights that the superintendent mentioned on yesterday. Graduation rate for Cobb County is 87.4 for Cobb County schools. And he also mentioned that our average SAT score was 1,111. One thing I want to mention about the graduation rates, it's exciting to see graduation rates, not just in Cobb County, but I was looking at Metro Atlanta area graduation rates, because that's part of what we do with our data. We look at how we fare compared to our other Metro Atlanta partners. And I noticed that Atlanta Public Schools graduation rate was 84.7. And so it was funny because ours is 87.4. Their graduation has increased to 84.7%. So it's exciting to see what good leadership will do for your school district, because the new superintendent, Dr. Herring, she's doing a phenomenal job with Atlanta Public Schools. And so it's reflective in that graduation rate. So graduation rates are coming up across the Metro Atlanta area. And so that's a good thing. Let's see, band exhibition. I went to the band exhibition on last Monday at McEachern High School and was there to support all the bands, but specifically South Cobb High School. I was excited to see Osborne High School presentation on last week as well. McEachern High School was in exhibition on last week. And so we will be going back this Monday for the other half of the band exhibition, our marching band exhibition at McEachern High School on Monday at 7 o'clock. And the Mighty Marching Machine, Pebblebrook High School, will be an exhibition. So we're excited, and we'll be going back to support them on Monday. Speaking of the Mighty Marching Machine at Pebblebrook High School, M3 is really doing some phenomenal things. They will be representing not just Pebblebrook and Mableton, but Cobb County and the state of Georgia at I believe it's the Sugar Bowl in December in New Orleans. And so we are excited about that. And there are opportunities to help support them financially. If you go to our social media pages, if you go to the Pebblebrook High School Marching Band social media pages, Dr. Dana Giles' social media pages, you will find opportunities for you to assist our band in making their travel and experience comfortable. And so we are appreciating our community and our friends around the county for supporting Pebblebrook and making sure that they have an excellent experience as they represent us and the state of Georgia at the Sugar Bowl. But that's not it. Pebblebrook High School will also be representing not just Pebblebrook and Mableton, Cobb County, but they'll be representing at the Battle of the Bands in January, and so we're excited about that. There's opportunities for group tickets, and I believe the two high school bands that will be participating in Battle of the Bands is Pebblebrook High School and Westlake. And those of us that were at homecoming for Pebblebrook on last Friday, that was a matchup between Pebblebrook and Westlake High School. I won't talk about the details of homecoming, but it will be exciting to see both bands take the field at the Battle of the Bands in January. So details are out, flyers are out. I have them on social media as well. If you want to purchase tickets, now's the time to get it, because we know the Battle of the Bands is one of those events that sell out quickly. So please make sure that you do that and support our students, Pebblebrook High School Mighty Marching Machine. All right, what else did we have going on? We also have this coming, I believe it's Wednesday, October the 19th at the South Cobb Early Learning Center. We're going to have a South Cobb Early Childhood Education Community Meeting. And so Commissioner Sheffield and I, along with the Mableton Improvement Coalition, the Cobb Community Foundation, United Way, we're going to be, DECAL is going to be there, family ambassadors are going to be there. A lot of support for early learning will be there. And so we're going to have a community conversation about what we need to do here in South Cobb to improve opportunities, quality rated opportunities for our students. And so what better place to have it than at our own South Cobb Early Learning Center. And so we want to hear from you. There's a survey that is out. You can go to the Mableton Improvement Coalition's page. You can go to my Facebook page. There's a survey, fill it out. It's going to ask you different questions about, what is needed in our area, or your thoughts in regards to early childhood education. And so we want to hear from you in regards to that. It helps us to frame how we're going to support early childhood education in the southern portion of the county with our partners. We have a lot of different partners, like United Way, as I said, the Cobb Community Foundation, and others who have come together to say, hey, we want to make an intentional approach in helping with our early childhood. So please, those of you that have children that are in pre-K or 0 to 5, and we're looking for opportunities, this is an excellent opportunity for you to come out and find out what's available in the area. If you have, children that would be able to take advantage of this in the future, just come on out. We have some great information, some great presentations are going to be there, and we're going to be giving out information. I'll be there in my capacity as a board member, but also in the capacity of a family ambassador with DECAL. We're going to be talking about the different milestones and making sure that our students are hitting those different milestones. And if they're not, what do we do after that? How do we support our students and or our young people, our children? So please come on out. That will be Wednesday, October the 19th at the South Cobb Early Learning Center, that the former Harmony Leland Elementary School off of Veterans Memorial. I believe that's Dodgen. So please come out and take advantage of those different opportunities that we have. So I don't have anything else. It was a very short meeting. We started at 3. We were out by 7:45. Like, this was probably one of the fast. This was a very wasn't a lot going on. So I don't have much else other than that. Please be reminded, in the immediate future, in the next couple of weeks, be on the lookout for information in regards to a community town hall with the Lindleys, Lindley 6th Grade Academy, Lindley Middle School, as we will be making some changes to the Lindley 6th Grade Academy. As you know, the board has already voted and approved that Lindley 6th Grade Academy will be renamed to the Betty Gray Middle School. And next year, the next academic school year, Lindley 6th Grade Academy will be a 6 through 8 middle school. Lindley Middle School on Veterans Memorial will also be a 6 through 8 middle school. So we will have 2 full middle schools starting the next academic year. And so that means that while we're all used to going in through the 6th Grade Academy and then going into 7-8 before we hit the Pebblebrook, we will actually have 2 separate middle schools that different schools will be feeding into. And then once you leave Betty Gray and once you leave Lindley Middle School, all those students will again attend Pebblebrook High School. So it is a direct feed. But the elementary schools, as you know, we have 4 elementary schools in the area. 2 of those schools, for the most part, will feed 100% into one school. 2 of the other elementary schools, for the most part, will feed into the other elementary school, to the other middle school, rather. And so, knowing where your child will go next year is going to be critical. This information will be given at this community meeting that we will host at the Lindley Sixth Grade Academy, Betty Gray Middle School. I believe we may also have one at Lindley Middle School as well. I know that the PTA at Lindley Middle School is looking to host an event. I'm still currently the PTA president, so those of you that want to get on board and help at Lindley Middle School through our PTA, we are soliciting. We have a full board, but we are always in need of additional assistance. We will also host a meeting to let the community know in advance what to expect next school year, so that we don't wait to the last minute. There's no confusion. People know, and so they'll be able to also make accommodations for students that will be going to 8th grade, but making sure that they stay in the school that they want to be in regards to that, because you may be zoned for Betty Gray for 8th grade, but you've been at 7th, 8th, and so you want to stay at Lindley before you go to Pebblebrook. All that has to be worked out. And so this will be an opportunity for us to share some of those details. We'll also be able to share some details in regards to some of the renovations and some of the improvements that will be coming to the Betty Gray Middle School, the former 6th grade academy. So we have some classroom additions coming and some renovations and things. And so we'll be able to share some of those great things that are coming to the area as well. So please be on the lookout for those, for some of those things. Last but not least, let me see. I know I have a graphic for it because I wanted to make sure I had a graphic. We have the Georgia State Counselor of the Year in South Cobb. Many of you know him. His name is John Wosu. John Wosu is a middle school counselor at Garrett Middle School, and he has been named the state of Georgia Counselor of the Year. And so we're excited that that honor has been bestowed upon a great counselor. He loves our kids. He's an advocate for our kids. Not just that, he is a product of the Cobb County School District, not just the Cobb County School District, but South Cobb in particular. Bryan Elementary, South Cobb High School. I believe it was maybe Floyd. John, you have to correct me on the feeder and how you matriculated through. But John is a product of the southern portion of the county and our schools, and he is back and supporting our students at Garrett Middle School, and he was recently announced as the Counselor of the Year for Georgia State. And so we're excited. Thank you, John, for your continued support of our students. We appreciate you. You know, hands off. Let's see. Thank you, Trey, for providing us. This is Mr. Jeff Hubbard. He is with CCAE, and he supports our teachers. No, thank you. Thank you for coming and supporting our teachers and educators, and, you know, proposing and presenting different things for us to consider as it relates to supporting our educators and making sure that we have a healthy pipeline of teaching staff and supporting staff. And so thank you, Jeff, for the work that you're doing with that. And so, all right, I don't have anything else, you guys. Oh, you know what? I may have missed out completely. I didn't go through who spoke. So yes, let's go through this quickly. Public comment. In the work session, Ms. Becky Saylor, she came and spoke to us in regards to Centegic. As you know, we had 11 schools to have a false code red alarm go off. And so she spoke to us in regards to that particular situation and how we can help manage that particular situation in regards to the social emotional wellness of our teachers and our students when we have these hiccups. And so thank you, Becky, for coming. For those of you that don't know, Becky Saylor is also the Post 2 Democratic candidate for the Cobb County School District Board of Education. And so in December, we will be going to the polls and voting for Becky Saylor to represent Post 2. Post 2 currently is occupied by Dr. Jaha Howard, who has done a phenomenal job over the last 4 years of representing Post 2, and now Becky Saylor, provided the outcome of this election in November, will take up the reins and continue to support Post 2. And just be reminded, Post 2 has changed. Post 2 does not look the same. Post 2 is Osborne High School, but it is also South Cobb High School now. So we've been talking about it. Due to redistricting, South Cobb High School is no longer a part of Post 3 with Pebblebrook High School, which is unusual because Pebblebrook and South Cobb High School have always been recognized as one community. Mableton, for the most part, and Austell, so it's kind of split the community right in the middle in regards to separating those two schools out of this post, out of post 3. But I know that Becky Saylor is a wonderful candidate. She's going to be a wonderful board member. Myself, I've endorsed Becky Saylor. Dr. Howard, Sharice Davis has also endorsed Becky Saylor. So we just need everyone to go to the polls and solidify that in November. And she will come on board and represent the South Cobb community and those schools around South Cobb High School, as well as Osborne High School on the Board of Education for next year. Also, we had I think her name is Judy Sardin, and she came to speak to us in regards to Auburn University. I believe that's where she went, and she was talking about the War Eagle and I think something about Confederate soldiers and all that kind of stuff. I kind of got lost in the message. I wasn't really sure exactly what was being said, but something to the extent of the Confederates and the War Eagle, and it landed. I missed it. I'm actually going to have to go back and rewatch her message, but she was talking about school naming. That's what it was, renaming schools. However, Ms. Sardin, she's also a homeschool parent. So her children don't attend Cobb schools, but she's a homeschool parent, and she wanted to express her concern in regards to the naming of schools in regards to that. And so as a stakeholder of Cobb County, she came and expressed her concerns to the school board. So thank you for coming, Judy, and speaking to the board. In the night session, oh yes, my favorite person, Ms. Tova Ringling, came to speak to the Board of Education. Tova, we thank you again for coming to speak to us in regards to educational, special educational advocacy. Every month I look forward to you coming and speaking in regards to how we can be better serving our students with special needs. And so we appreciate that. This one was in particular in regards to physically restraining a student with special needs and making sure that we have proper de-escalation training in place. And so thank you again, Tova, for bringing the concern to us, and also, again, not just bringing it to us, but also giving solutions that can help with the situation. Our next person, I think, is Patricia Vanderbilt. And if I said that wrong, please forgive me. It's cut off here on my piece of paper. But she's an Ackworth resident, and Patrick, I'm sorry, this was Patrick. He's an Ackworth resident, and I think his kids went to Cobb schools, and so he was talking about the different sports, I think baseball or softball, and so he was excited to see that schools are still thriving in Cobb County. The next person to speak was Karen Sonderman, and she spoke in regards to the excellence in Cobb schools. Ms. Laura Judge came and spoke, and Ms. Laura Judge has spoken many times, and so Laura, we thank you for coming and speaking to the Board of Education. She spoke in regards to strategic accountability. And so she wanted to make sure that, again, we had the 11 code red false alarms to happen recently, and she wanted to make sure that she came and spoke to us in regards to that. Jeff Hubbard, who's on the line with us, also came and spoke, and he also spoke in regards to Education Support Week, which is coming up. I believe you said November 14th through the 18th, Jeff. So make sure you keep that on our calendar so that we can continue to support our education support persons within the Cobb County School District. Those would be, I believe, our paras and some of those. Also, you talked to us in regards to 209 responses from a survey around special needs and our special needs educators. And so I'm interested. And so hopefully we can get together soon, Jeff, and go over some of the findings of that survey. I currently serve on the State Department, the Georgia Department of Education Special Advisory Panel for special needs. And so wanting to support our students with special needs and our families, that is at one of the top of my priorities. So I definitely want to hear what was said and what came out of that survey, Jeff. So let's get together soon in regards to that. And Jeff also talked about Centegics. And so thank you again, Jeff, for coming and speaking to the board. Latona Disher, please forgive me, Latona. You came to talk to us in regards to tested leadership. And so thank you for coming and speaking. And then we had Marley English. Marley English came and spoke to us. She's a student. She was a student advocate, and she was concerned about being ignored when coming to the board in regards to matters that are important to our students. And so, we've had student advocates to come for a number of reasons. The Wheeler name change is one in particular, and so we thank you for coming in again, holding us accountable as elected officials to be responsive to the needs of the most important stakeholder in public education, and that's the student. So we thank you. The last speaker is Evelyn Rivas, and she's a Smyrna resident, and she came to speak to us in regards to the dual language immersion program at Norton Park, and that program I based on the comments is being dissolved, and so she wanted to advocate in regards to making sure that we continue to have programming in our schools that benefit the communities that we serve. And this particular program is the dual language immersion program. And so I'll be looking into that. I know Dr. Howard is looking into it as well as Becky Saylor, who has a student at Nickajack, and that's also one of the dual language immersion schools. So definitely want to look and see what's going on in regards to those. So thank you. We will be happy to share our findings on how to empower and help our special education teachers be more successful in the position. Yes, sir. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate it. I look to see and talk with you soon in regards to that, and see how I can also assist on this end in regards to ensuring, number one, that our students are getting everything that they need out of their educational experience, but our special education educators are also having the tools that they need to be successful in that. So thank you. I don't have anything else, you guys. I believe that's it. As always, if you need to get in contact with me, you can go to cobbk12.org/board, find Leroy Trey Hutchins. My contact information is there. My email address is there. My board phone number is there. Those of you that live in the Mableton-Austell area and you may have other email addresses and phone numbers for me, reach out. You know how to reach out to me. I get a lot of people reaching out on social media, Facebook, Instagram. I'm on there. Reach out, whether it's my personal page or whether it's my school board page or my Trey for Cobb Schools page, or even this page here, Coffee Talk with Trey. Reach out. We will talk. We will engage and see what we can do to improve the educational collateral for our schools here in the southern portion of the county. All right. Y'all enjoy your day. We have a lot of things going on this weekend. There's a block party tomorrow. The Deltas are hosting at the Boys and Girls Club on Fontaine Road in Mableton. There's also some other opportunities. One Cobb is happening Saturday as well. That will be at Jim Miller Park. I will be there in the morning and then making my way to the block party. So a lot of opportunities. I don't think there's any homecomings, but there are some games this evening that's going to take place. So we do have additional opportunities around the area for you to get engaged and stay engaged. And so I look to see you guys somewhere this weekend. I'm on my way to Reality U at Campbell High School. So Communities in Schools is hosting their financial literacy piece at Campbell High School. And so I'm making my way over there to volunteer and to enjoy. I just love our kids when they're in that process of trying to figure out what their 26-year life looks like, and budgeting and finances and childcare and cars, and it's hilarious. So I'm going to enjoy them this afternoon and then make my way to the game this evening. And I hope to see you guys. Until then, y'all have a blessed day, and until the next time. And we look to see you guys next Wednesday at the South Cobb Early Learning Center. All right. Thank you.